Oh, hi there. My name is Detective Robinson, and you're the guy that's gonna help me out with this case, right? Alright, perfect. Were you keyed in at all? No? Of course not. Useless rookies. Alright, well let me fill you in first. A YouTuber by the name of One Survivor decided to host a party and invited all of his friends over to enjoy it. A lot of people were at this party. Friends, family members, and even the workers were there to help. And a day that was supposed to be enjoyed by family members, drinks, and making memories. It was interrupted. We're all gonna have a wonderful time, and absolutely nothing can go wrong. What was that? By a murder mystery. Before we dive into the murder case, we need to understand who One Survivor is. One Survivor is by far the most famous reaction YouTuber there is on the planet, surpassing Mr. Beast's not only subscribers but also the amount of money he has. And a guy with this much money has to have not only a ton of friends but also a ton of enemies. To celebrate his 300th million subscribers, Survivor was going to hold a week-long bender, full of activities for everyone to get along and have fun. However, we know those plans will not be fully fulfilled. After the gunshots and the lights going out, players ran in a great panic.
Shot fires! I can't see!
I can't run.
I'm legally blind! Just
Can
help!
anyone else run? Because I can't
Stop
run.
being fat! Stop being fat! Just
I
run!
can't see!
You're not running either, so...
It's you!
Nah, I have to save my energy.
Introducing Goldenite, one of One Survivor's most passionate butlers. Goldenite had been on the job for a couple of months now, and because of this, he was deeply connected to One Survivor. And because he was so good at his job, he got free food and even got paid slightly above minimum wage, which is what most of the workers made. Anyways, Goldenite made it his sole job to go and try and find the telephone. And so he began wandering around the mansion.
Where's the
Oh my
body
god,
at?
this is a massive place. Holy crap. The boss, like, really owned almost everything here. Is this water? Wait, there's no way getting up. Okay, there's a payphone somewhere. I don't know where.
Now, while Goldenite and many other players were searching for this telephone, some players decided to take this with a more relaxed kind of attitude.
That's crazy.
Introducing Naomi's and Weapon Knight. These two have actually known each other for a very long time, dating back to high school. Naomi's is actually one of Survivor's greatest friends as well. Being a childhood friend, him and Survivor have known each other for many years. The two would both meet in pre-K, and together they would grow up all the way to graduate 8th grade middle school. After graduating middle school, however, they would be separated as one Survivor had to go leave for high school and went off to a different state. While the two of them were apart, however, they stayed connected and both grew a YouTube career. Although Naomi's never had the success on YouTube that Survivor had, he had featured in many of Survivor's videos, and the two supposedly were best friends. Next to Naomi's was Weapon Knight. Weapon Knight is an entrepreneur and also a very successful businessman. However, recently he's had a lot of troubles in the business world and has even had to sell a few of his own corporations to stay afloat. Weapon Knight knew One Survivor because the two of them had roomed together throughout college. Being roommates, Weapon Knight really got to know who One Survivor was and also had to deal with all of the loud screaming in the middle of the night. After the murder, the two stayed put, not wanting to get hit by any stray bullets, but once the lights finally came back on, the two began their adventure to look for a telephone.
We'll just chill. I don't. Where is the entrance to the mansion?
I have no idea.
We're just gonna stroll around.
Since there was still daylight out, the two decided to wander around to see if they could spot a phone outside of any of the buildings. Unsuccessful, and when it finally became dark, the two began heading back into a building where they would run into another guest.
Okay. Oh, hello.
Oh. Who are you?
Sam.
Oh wait, Sam? Oh, how's it doing? How's it going, dude?
What a piano. Look at this piano.
Naomi's and Weapon Knight stumbled across Gaming Sam. Gaming Sam was actually one of the many veterans that were joined on the guest list. There was a total of 4 veterans. All 4 of them have all participated in Operation Desert Storm. In the squadron, Sam was actually in charge of communications and specialized in working on radios and comm towers. managing to even save his own squadron by using a car battery and an old telephone to call in an evac. He was simply invited because he was a veteran, and one survivor had a deep respect for the veterans that had served for their country. However, Weapon Knight and Neomaze did not care. They were very worried about their lives and wanted to go and find this payphone, and so they continued on their adventure, despite getting distracted multiple times.
Running on the treadmills. Dude, there's a bigger one over here.
Oh, is this a diving board into another pool?
It's a dive board into another pool. Who is that?
Weapon Knight would discover the Yacha Life YouTuber named Kiola. Giving one survivor their first ever promo, they were invited to the party.
Are you okay? Hey, you okay? Okay, just making sure. Alright, now let's keep going.
Look, I'm just saying, Yacha Life YouTuber people aren't normal. Anyways, Weapon Knight and Neomaze would continue their search for the payphone.
Have you guys seen a payphone? Have you guys seen a payphone yet?
No, we're still searching.
No, we haven't. Have you guys seen the
Alright,
body of
keep going
survivors?
this
We
way.
haven't.
I'll have to bribe some of the guards here to let me have their weapons, because I'm being assaulted because, you know, I'm one of the richest here. Oh, it's an indoor swimming pool.
An indoor pool now too.
Insane. Are
Nice.
you watching me? Security guard?
That's
Hey, guard, this guy's suspicious. I don't know what he's doing.
you know I don't care. I don't do my job anyways.
Can I have a weapon then? Oh my gosh.
Introducing Yosef. Yosef is the technician at Survivor's Mansion. He's a very shy individual and doesn't speak a single word, which is why when he was following Neomaze's Weapon Knight, they were suspicious of him because he doesn't talk and he keeps distance from people. But whenever he is around people, he's fixing many of the equipment that needs to be fixed around the house, such as radios and TVs and many other technology pieces that he's just so good at. However, the players were now finally able to contact the authorities, and Detective Lashid Bender would arrive.
Alrighty, nice. Hi.
And I've heard there's a murder. I don't know what's going on here. What's going on? Do y'all know anything about this murder?
Unaware to what had just happened, Lashid began asking questions, as he is a very experienced detective, having years of work along his side. Having 15 years of experience, being divorced, and also having a slight alcoholic problem. He's been able to solve 255 cases. In one instance, he managed to solve an entire case of a serial killer who's been going around for 2 years, all while completely drunk, and he records that he doesn't remember a single part of it. So you can believe the players are in pretty good hands at this point. Although Lashid was extremely confident about this case, he had no real idea what was going on. He began with trying to get a good grasp of who he was dealing with. He interviewed a couple of players. For starters, he interviewed a YouTuber named Rat, when her real name is Ekrat. Ekrat had actually brought alongside their #1 butler that stays with them all the time. This butler practically does everything for Ekrat and is paid very minimum wage and is also not treated the best by Ekrat. However, the two supposedly get along pretty well. While Lashid was dealing with something else, Lupus lost his mind and began attacking Rat out of nowhere.
It's a rat.
Hey, no fighting.
Rat.
I said stop fighting!
I'm sorry, I thought it was a rat.
That's enough!
I saw a rat though. I saw a rat there. Am I not testing?
Not much was known about Lupus at this point, except for the fact that Lupus was brought here by Kraft to be their second in command, or their servant, and also Lupus was kind of loopty and possibly was on drugs all the time. Thankfully though, even though Lupus was being all loopty and hitting a giant rat, Bogenmeister, who was a hacker but also another YouTuber, was able to step in and help out Ekrat and their sense of danger. Bogan was a very quiet individual, however, when they talked with purpose and very loudly. Lashid would also meet one survivor's family members that was attending, named M. He was recordedly the favorite cousin of one survivor's and also was a iPad kid. He was always playing games and on his phone all the time. That's literally what it says here. Alright, another thing that you're not gonna believe is the group actually decided to follow the party event schedule that one survivor had set up, and so the first event they were going to go to was dinner time. All of the players would gather around the table. Those that were guests would go and sit down while the workers would go around and pass out food.
Everyone take a seat.
Sit down, people. I want to have my food.
Now, while players were here, they were being handed out food and were able to enjoy each other's company and get to know one another a little bit more.
Please, sir, I did not get a single piece of steak.
I have no steak.
my.
Give me food. I need steak, bro. I need steak. Yeah, steak. Yeah.
And while our guests sat around the table and ate their food, Lashid and Pizors, who had both elected themselves as the protectors, both sheriff and deputy, you get the gist, they were sitting outside to see if anyone would kill anyone at this current moment. And also there was a scuba diver or some pool cleaner guy outside of the window. I just thought that should be mentioned. However, despite the protection of Pizors and Lashid, while Ekrat was eating her food, she began to realize that it tasted a little differently and a little bit weird. Her head would begin to spin, her throat began to dry and close up, and before everyone's eyes, she would die.
That's right.
Everyone. Okay, well, guys, hear me out. It was rat poisoning. So. Yeah.
The players would conclude that the food that Rat was given most likely had rat poisoning in it. Which, I mean, like, come on, do you really need a detective to figure that one out? Anyways, though, with the death of Ekrat, Lashid was now finally going to put himself to work, and figured that this was going to be the beginning of how they catch the murderer. And it was here where the players knew that things were not going to be the same.
Everybody, shush. Detective is talking.
Dinner is now concluded. Please leave the room as we investigate the crime scene. Thank you.
You leave. Hey, leave.
Please follow me out the room. Please follow me this way.
All right, everyone, please out.
So what we're working with.
Everyone out. Everyone out.
And immediately, Lashid knew who his first suspect was going to be, the chef.
Go. Get out.
The chef? Wait.
Chef, do you mind staying on the balcony for me?
Wait, chef. Wait a minute, yeah.
No, I need everyone else out. I need everyone
I'm a
else
worker.
It doesn't matter.
I am a technician.
No. We'll keep them. Go ahead and keep them in the pantry.
Hey, so like,
and then I'll talk to the chef.
Alright, come with me. Come with me to the pantry.
Instantly know.
Lashid would tell Pizors, who was a security guard at the mansion, to escort players away from the crime scene, and so Pizors would walk players like GoldenEye out of the general vicinity of the area. And while Pizors did this, Lashid would begin his interrogation with the chefs and the other workers.
So you know how this looks, right?
Yeah, it looks bad for me, I guess. Okay, what do you mean?
So you get where we're coming at here. You get why you're being
Hey,
investigated.
all of you gotta get out of here. You're not allowed here. Get that up here. Get out.
You guys are not allowed in the
Your name is
Get out.
Bar Bad,
There's
right?
no shush. Yo, get that guy out of here.
Introducing Badar, who is the main chef at Survivor's Mansion. Badar is an extremely experienced chef, going around worldwide and showcasing foods to win awards. In this interrogation, Lashid was very harsh with Badar, as Badar was his #1 suspect. Lashid asked for all details pertaining to one survivor, in which Badar would reply with he met one survivor at a barbecue cooking contest, and the two got along very well, as that would be one of the first competitions Badar would come second place in, as one survivor obviously came in first. It was after that where Badar would be invited to Survivor's Mansion to host meals and cook for one survivor. This was going to be the first time that he actually was going to do it, and here he was very disgusted to find out that someone had put poisoning in the food that he created, and Badar was just as mad as Lashid was, and was also now extremely determined to find out who poisoned the food. While in this interrogation was going down, the workers and GoldenEye and Pizors were doing their best to keep players away from the crime scene area.
It killed a rat.
What
Just
is
hide with that.
going on here?
Just hide with that.
What is going on here? What is this?
Hey, get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here!
There's something. Get him out. Get him out.
Who assaulted? Who assaulted?
Self-defense! Self-defense!
Hey, all of you gotta get out of here. You're not allowed here. Get that up here. Get out.
Yeah, you got.
Golden Knight would stumble across the rest of the veteran group. Being veterans, the murders did not really faze them at all, and in fact, they were going to continue having fun no matter what. The group also included Sam from earlier, but also Zoteo, Inhabitants, and Positive Error. All of them serving in the same squad in Desert Storm. And because of this, the group had a very strong bond and were rarely seen without one another. The group had briefly splitting up, with Inhabitants and Zateo going different ways. Positive would stick near his best friend, Gaming Sam. Meanwhile, Lashid was finishing up his interrogation with Badar.
One of the
Was there anyone else in the kitchen?
The chef and the technician. HC.
Why is that guy swimming? Why? Why
He's
is?
a plumber. He's a plumber.
Yusuf.
He's a plumber.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need-
Why are you breaking stuff? Whoa!
After Badar gave Lashid the other names of the other crew members that helped with the food, Lashid would begin to call them out on the balcony, while Golden Knight would continue helping out Pizors with his current task.
Whoa! Property damage.
That's property damage. What are you doing?
You're gonna lose your job if you keep doing
If
that.
we come to you and start
I am fixing the liver. I have a technician.
Oh, fair.
Oh,
Hey, yo, you need to pick up?
wait. How is?
There was someone. There was someone behind the door.
Alright, Golden Knight,
We're
you
good
are
here.
security. Can I
you
still
the
eat the steak, Pla?
No, I don't think you should. I don't really think you should. I'm not gonna lie with you. I don't think you should eat that steak.
Get that steak out of here.
Are you the technician?
Okay, alright. Okay, so
Yes,
we
yes,
definitely know it's not.
Okay. We're gonna talk to you here in a bit. Just stay in this area.
But how can we?
Here?
We can't even say it's either you and me. All I know is that
Good evening. Good
it's
evening.
not the guy it's not that guy. We know, we confirm it's not that guy.
Golden Knight would bring Pizors aside, as Pizors was the only person he could actually trust. Pizors was head of security at the mansion, and like Golden Knight, he didn't get paid as much, and because of that, Pizors didn't take his job that seriously, and quite frankly, didn't enforce many things. He always had a hostile tone to one survivor, however, he did get his job done. With one survivor's death, Pizors would feel a sense of regret for all of the negative things he had said to his former boss. Part of him wishing that Survivor was still alive so he could curse him out himself. Despite his thoughts of regret, he also had thoughts of revenge to avenge Survivor's death. And so he decided to ally himself with Golden Knight so the two could help the detective out in finding out who the killer was.
Well, okay, it was worth. Like we got one out. All right. Now. Whoa.
I can report back.
Golden, you work here, correct?
Yeah, I'm a worker. Yeah.
Detective.
Did you happen to touch the food at any point?
No, that's not. I just gave out food. I wasn't touching the food. I think it was mostly just the chef, maybe his other workers, but no, I wasn't
Did
touching
you
the food.
serve to Rat?
No.
I was
You're
watching, you
still
didn't.
under suspicion, but we're gonna let you go for now.
Lash had put everyone who worked on the food under suspicion and even brought out his last victim to interrogate outside, despite the rain and thunder that was crackling above their heads.
If something comes up, you and your other head chef will be arrested.
Oh my god. Very bad, very bad.
But if you come clean right now, your sentence will be a lot less.
Yes.
You could be facing lifetime in prison or death penalty.
What? No, I don't want death. Don't want death. I don't want death.
While this interrogation was going on, off into the distance, Positive Error was hanging out with his best friend, Gaming Sam, when the thunder and sounds began to sound a lot more like gunshots to him. The thunder quickly turned into millimeter rounds. The rain was replaced by the sounds of pebbles flying off into the air from explosions that were set off. And the howling of the wind turned into the howling of his comrades. Positive was surrounded and receiving gunshots from all angles. He dove to take cover and fired back at the enemy, running for his life. Running from the gunshots that were being shot at him, he turned a corner to find an enemy where he pulled out his gun and pulled the trigger. After pulling the trigger, the shooting had stopped and the sounds of thunder had returned. The pebbles flying in the air were replaced by the rain pouring on his face, and finally the howling of his comrades had turned back into the sounds of the wind. And when Positive looked around, unaware of what had happened, he found his friend lying on the ground being shot. Positive couldn't believe his eyes. His friend was dead at his own hands. He didn't kill one survivor, but he killed his brother in arms. Positive didn't want to be framed for the deaths that had occurred in the previous events, and so he ran from the crime scene. Meanwhile, Golden Knight was still searching for clues on who Survivor's killer was.
There's a lot going on right now. The rat just got food poisoning out of nowhere. Like, out of nowhere, the rat... Okay, there's gotta be some clues. I need to look around. Maybe I can find some clues around this big place. Who could have wanted to murder the rat? I mean, yeah, I get it. It's a humanized rat. I know, it's kind of a disgusting looking rat. I get that. But like no one would actually want to murder the rat for no reason, right? Like who would do that? Honestly. I've been basically checking this whole place. There's like nothing. I've already checked this pool already. There's still nothing. Maybe inside the pool. No. Oh, I got all my clothes wet. I got all my clothes wet. Whoa! Oh, hey, it's just you. Hey. Look, we gotta... Do you know who might have murdered the rat?
No, I heard some gunshots, so...
Positive in his escape would end up running into Golden Knight, and Golden Knight, hearing that Positive had heard shots, was very curious, as he couldn't find Gaming Sam with Positive Error, and because the two stayed together, he was very curious on what happened to Sam.
Okay, yeah, so what happened between you and some guy? I heard there's some arguments happening with some guy, and now he's missing now.
Nothing really happened. He was my homie, bro. He was my buddy. That all three of us, well, four of us, we were all part of a squad.
Yeah, me three good. No, we were just exploring together. You know, we went down underground, found a yacht, found a sign that said Mir 3 Skibbity Real soon. So.
Golden Knight found this extremely suspicious and immediately assumed that Positive Error had killed someone. Groups would separate, Golden Knight going his one way and Positive Error going another, but little did he know that he was about to run into some more death.
Oh my, what the yo!
Finding two dead bodies at the corridor, Positive Error ran over to the detective to report the bodies.
I found two bodies.
I don't think holding cells are legal on an island.
Have two bodies?
I found down in the big hangar thing. I have two bodies.
After Positive Error told the players about the bodies, everyone would follow him to go and see it. And after a long run, the players would arrive at the crime scene.
It's here.
Positive. We have to talk to you for a second, Mr.
Oh my god!
That's how
It's one of the butlers!
I need lights. Where's
You know, as a YouTuber, this is amazing content.
Oh my god!
It's amazing content.
Wait, what is that?
Some place I like that. I can't get my content. I need more
Oh my
subscribers.
god.
With the main group surrounded over the two dead bodies at the end of the corridor, Positive Error and his gang would run off to the distance to go and discuss a few things that had happened.
Okay.
Your little talk with Golden Knight. Gold Knight instantly went to the detective and he said that he thinks you're a murderer. He thinks I'm in on it, and he thinks that like whatever, like you're acting really sus. And then no, like he was talking about that, and he was like throwing shade at inhabitants, me, and Positive. And then immediately after he was talking about that with the detective, you come and you say, "Oh, I found 2 bodies." You were so cooked. That is like the most sus thing ever.
Yeah, you're cooked.
And then we show up where the dead bodies were without going with them.
The group knew that everyone was going to blame Positive Error for the deaths that had occurred that night. And so they stayed together, knowing that they needed to be closer than ever if they wanted to get through this. And even as an attempt to prove Positive Error's innocence, Zateo tried to take the gun away from Error.
Shouldn't I like confiscate the gun from you or something?
No, you don't take away my.
Right.
You don't take away my firearm. Neither of you take away my firearm. Back up.
Whoa.
Back up.
I'm not even doing it.
Now you see, not all players were keyed in on what was going on, especially Weapon Knight and Naomi's, who were bonding up in the tree.
Me and him have collabed, and we're pretty good friends. We've collabed in like tons of videos together. We have lots of YouTube history.
Well,
What about you? Do you have any history with Survivor?
Oh yeah. I was roommates with him in a college. We were a little annoying at 12 a.m., but it didn't ruin my business schedule. I was able to graduate with some good business degree.
Weapon Knight and Naomi's would end up having to finish their conversation when Lashid called all players to the pavilion. Here, they were going to attempt to out who the murderer was.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
As you know,
Yes.
Ekrat has sadly passed. We do not know the specific causes. We are trying to find out right now. 2 more bodies were found dead at the end of a hole. We do not know if this was a dual suicide, a fight gone wrong, or a double murder. We are currently investigating that now.
Okay.
Detective, I have new information about the 2 murders.
The only thing I could say confidently
Problem.
is that the chefs, Badar and Ahmed, were the ones cooking the food. However, the technician Yosef was also seen in the kitchen repairing in the storage room and in the kitchen before tonight's event.
Lashid, after listing names of suspects, would have the players come up and stand in front of the entire group, Hawkmid being first. While this was going down, Golden Knight wanted to bring Lashid aside for a private conversation.
I do not trust the Arrow guy.
Which one?
Yeah, that Arrow guy, Zoteo, and some Christmas outfit guy, it's not even Christmas yet. Yeah, those 2 guys, like, they were telling me, I think Arrow killed that, I think Arrow killed someone. I think Arrow killed someone.
Arrow?
Yeah, I think Arrow killed someone. And they also tell him, like, oh, there's yachts, like, over here. You don't have any yachts here.
Golden Knight was more than confident that Positive Error was the killer and Zateo was his assistant, and he told this to Lashid, but he didn't have any evidence to confirm his suspicions, and so Lashid, all he could do was shrug it off.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind for sure. If you would like to share this information, you're more than welcome to.
I'm good.
Yeah, that's probably the smart way.
Whoa!
Hey, let's go.
Wait! There's a body! Whoa!
What the f?
Wait,
Sam! No, it's Sam!
Oh, it's Sam!
No, Sam!
Oh, okay.
Wait, but Sam's body wasn't here.
The discovery of Sam's body was not good news for Positive Error, as Lashid believed that Positive Error didn't do anything and that Sam's body was actually at the bottom of the hole. However, with Sam's body being laying out in the middle of nowhere, it put suspicion back on Positive Error, because if he shot him, he would have shot him in broad daylight, which is exactly where Sam's body was. And so the meeting would continue.
If you have reason to suspect it's someone and you would like to bring that information forward to your peers and nominate someone to be put on the stand, I would like you to come make a single file line back here. Just so
Immediately, the line began to grow. The amount of accusations that were about to be made were going to be plenty for the day. Golden Knight stood aside, not wanting to get in the mix of it, fearing for his own life, until Zateo turned the corner to talk Golden Knight out of going up there in the first place.
Is that it?
Business.
Are these the only 3 that want to suspect someone?
Yes.
I think you should go up and suspect.
I suspect 2, not only 1.
That's fine.
Just throw it out there. Golden Knight.
All right. There's only 1 now.
Don't
People
go up to
left.
that
If you want to be in the line, if you want, stay in the line.
What are you gonna do then? You wanna murder me?
Why? For what?
If you want to accuse someone randomly with no evidence, come on.
I have evidence.
All right.
After that single threat, Golden Knight would stand in line, preparing to put justice to Sam's death. Hawkman was the first one to go up to speak. He was one of the chefs in the very kitchen that was supposedly the reason why Rat had died, and because of all of the suspicion that was put on his name, he wanted to redirect it to the most suspicious people he could name off of. Knowing that that wouldn't be hard, because a lot of players already assumed Positive Error was a killer, all he needed to do was just name another person to seem more legit. And so, being the selfish cook he was, he would name out the names of players that would eventually, maybe, die that day.
Hello everybody. I've seen that this guy, Purple Eyes, and this magician were talking alone there. I don't know the reason, I don't know, but these 2, I never see them all the time.
Hawkman put suspicion on Positive Error and a player named Sensible. People were very confused why Hawkman would suspect Sensible, as Sensible was a very different individual than Positive Error was. Sensible was a self-claimed retired YouTuber who was very popular in one Survivor's space of entertainment and was one of Survivor's good friends, all up until, of course, when he retired. Not much was really known or said about Sensible, so the fact that he was brought up was extremely random. The only people that were really familiar with him were Positive Error and another player named M. Hawkman's speech would end, and Sensible would sigh a sigh of relief, knowing that that was a random accusation, and he should be good for the rest of the night. It was then finally Golden Knight's turn to speak.
Killed Sam. I think he murdered him either by pushing him in the the hole or something, or he straight up just murdered him. Because I heard some arguments going around with him and Sam, and I don't know what happened after that. We went quiet, and now he's dead.
That's not true.
That's not
proof
true?
do you have?
Yeah.
What proof do you have that?
You were best
Positive,
friends.
please give us a rebuttal.
Hey,
I
we
did
have
not kill him. I served him 4 years with him. You know how long that is?
4 years.
Look, all I know is that
Golden Knight's accusation was weak with little evidence. However, it was enough to begin to turn heads towards Positive Error. To defend himself, Positive Error would go up to speak.
Gaming Sam was one of my best friends. He was like a brother to me. Him, Zoteo, and Inhabitants, wherever he's at. Inhabitants. We served for 4 years in Iraq together. I would not kill him. There is no way. He's like a brother to me.
Yeah, okay.
I just want to say that I had no clue that he died. I was running around with Zoteo and Habi, and other people have seen me running around. I did not kill him.
Okay.
There's no real proof.
Next up to speak was Positive Error's friend and servant in arms, Inhabitants. Inhabitants was the field medic of the squad. He patched up many bad wounds in his day, and most importantly, he was always there for the squad when they actually needed him. And determined to keep his friend alive, he decided that he was going to stand up and try to throw some shame and blame on some other players standing around that not much has been heard from.
Alright, so first of all, you, mister, you're really fast to start throwing around names. You're calling the fact that we have talked to you, and you wanted to talk to us. You were really quick to want to talk to us. And what I personally think is that you're trying to think of a really good cover story over here, because you're putting a lot of effort into trying to get that man on here to have to defend himself. But what is your defense? Why are you putting your blame on him?
I already
What
said
is your
defense of
actual-
why. I already said why.
Yeah,
I
you already
think
said
he
why,
murdered
that's a really-
Sam. Where's your proof?
You
Listen.
just said it, but where's your proof? Like, literally.
Inhabitants' time on the stand was very effective in keeping people away from assuming that positive error was the murderer. And because of this, the meeting was adjourned with no real evidence being presented and the players deciding not to put anyone on the chopping block for now. And there'd be multiple perspectives on the whole scenario.
I'm being so for real. I really think it's him. I'm so
I do too.
Here,
If
positive
not,
error.
if he's not, he still killed him.
Sorry.
If he's not the murderer, he still killed him. He still murdered him.
As someone,
No.
as the certified
Okay.
high girl here, I'm completely fine with it.
Was it?
Like,
I currently am like on a line that has lasted 2 days too many. I completely agree with it.
yeah.
Follow him. How was your day?
If he's not the murderer, if he really isn't, I do think
Yeah.
he still killed him though. I think he still killed him for whatever reason.
GoldenEye would run into Lupus. Lupus would believe every single word that GoldenEye had to say about positive error being the killer. As for Lupus themselves, Lupus was a screw-up in life, making a ton of bad decisions that would lead to multiple addictions. And in order to get themselves out of the dark alleyway they had no choice to live in, they would serve alongside Kraft. Kraft and Lupus's relationship is the equivalent to a puppet and a puppeteer, while Lupus was simply the puppet. While they were chatting about who they thought was the murderer, Weapon Knight Naomes would meet a new friend in the meeting named General Skywalker. General Skywalker was almost like Weapon Knight in every single way. The two were rivals in college and rivals in the business world, always competing with different businesses and trying to get a hand over the other. However, recently, Weapon Knight's businesses would begin to fall while General Skywalker's would begin to rise. This would cause tension between the two of them. However, because he was a familiar face, Weapon Knight invited General Skywalker to join his small little group with Naomes.
Alright, you want to introduce me to Naomes?
No, oh yeah, hey, this is General. This is Naomes. We've been friends since before high school. Actually, it was like elementary, same neighborhood we were in, and then high school, and we got distance a little bit in college, but we just sit together.
Well, nice to meet you, General.
And then yeah, Naomes is a General. He's been my my rival amongst but my business rival is basically you could put it.
Frenemy.
Business
Frenemy,
rival?
yeah.
Right.
Frenemies.
Yeah, frenemy.
Survivor's not even.
Friends
Oh wait.
and we're also enemies.
We've had the occasional just, go as friends, hang out and chat like that, but we just keep it between rivalry on the money side, but not been best on mine. I'll admit that.
The group chatted and laughed, enjoying their little reunion, when it was interrupted by positive error and sensible entering the room, a sense of tension looming into the air.
I heard you went to war with Sam in like Vietnam for 4 years.
I did, yeah. No, in Iraq for 4 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, a whole group of people.
I'd assume that like after that, one of you guys would at least have to have like PTSD from the war. Has that affected you at all?
Not that I know of, no.
All right. What about you, Sensible? What's your background with Survivor?
I used to be on the YouTube team with Survivor.
On media team, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, he was murdered first. That is.
Do you guys need us, or are you good? I'm assuming you're
Oh,
staff.
no, I was
Yeah.
just I'm good. I was told by the head the sheriff or whoever was here to just follow you guys around, and if one of you guys die, then I'm kind of cooked. So.
Yeah, you can stick with us. We've been me and Naomi have just walked around the whole area to check out some things. We did go outside.
Yeah.
There was a forest fire.
Outside.
That's fine. So, I mean, you can stick with us. We're just gonna hang out the rest of the
I'll
time.
just be following you guys around.
We're kind
I
of just
won't
staying
interfere.
away from all of the chaos because I don't want to get sucked into something that we really have no key in.
Okay.
So we're just staying back and hanging out.
The moment Sensible entered the room, Naomes was not chatty anymore and instead stayed oddly quiet, keeping an eye on Sensible. Almost like Sensible and Naomes had some history together. However, Naomes wouldn't say anything. Meanwhile, of course, GoldenEye was arguing with the entire veteran group about how he was right and they were all wrong.
To spy.
I think it's just you.
Yeah,
You're saying everyone has Steve.
'cause
You guys mind if I come with you?
No, you try to vote me out. You try to kill me. Literally try to kill
What?
me. Voting me out.
Why are you guys looking at me?
Blaze Hunter, who is another YouTuber, also wanted to join GoldenEye because he completely believed what GoldenEye had to say. However, GoldenEye didn't think Blaze Hunter said it, he thought Happy said it, so he started arguing with inhabitants. And Positive Error was not going to let his friend get chewed out, so he argued with GoldenEye.
That's enough.
Is that why? Really?
That's enough.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, hey, that's enough.
That's what I thought.
I'm not a part
Both
of
of
it.
you.
Huh?
Knight,
Confused.
let's
What
go.
happened?
Here, hold on.
What just happened?
I need you all to split up. I don't care where you go or how you go.
Associated with something really bad.
I didn't even do anything to him. I just said no. I don't want. Like.
Lashid would separate the two groups, knowing that if he didn't, things would get dirty between the two groups. And at this point, the man was tired. Lashid has had enough of people arguing, which is why he began separating and putting people into small groups and packages so he could manage players better. Now, while Golden Knight's group was going into the gym, Badar, the chef, wanted to talk to him because Badar wasn't happy that his name was rubbed under the mud because he was the chef and someone poisoned his food. He wasn't a fan of that, and because of that, he was determined to find out who the killer was and who dishonored his credentials as a chef.
It was 2 dead bodies. I don't know who the.
I suspect, you know who I suspect also? That too violent. Each time they're hitting people randomly, they hit you, they fought with you.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a Teo guy. I don't know. I don't know what.
Yeah,
He's weird.
Together, the two were going to do their best to find out who the killer was. Not much would happen until the players were set to their next event, a pool party. With everything going down, the players didn't fully trust one another, and so they stayed separate from one another, fearing that the other would try to kill them. Weapon Knight's group would go off to the far corner, and with everything that was going on, Naomes felt a deep sensation that he needed to tell Weapon Knight.
Okay, so us three have to stick together as a trio this entire time, because if these murderers get to us, it's not gonna be fun. So.
Okay, we need to do something later. I'll tell you about it later.
Got it. When we keep wandering.
You can just
yeah.
enjoy the pool for now.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really enjoy much because I'm in a suit here, so I'm gonna just hang out here. It's really there.
While people like Weapon Knight were enjoying the sun, other people like Golden Knight couldn't stand still, fearing that if they stayed still, the murderer would get their hands on them.
Please watch as I attempt
Everyone has to be
the
down the stairs, please.
largest cliff jump on this island.
He's gonna die. He's gonna die.
Wait, yo, detective, detective. He's gonna jump.
He's gonna jump.
What?
I'm doing a cliff dive, bro. We're Guinness World Records.
What's going on? What's going on?
You're gonna die.
I'm gonna try to do Guinness World Records. I'm a
Help your buddies.
He's gonna jump.
I guess to help Positive Error beat the Guinness World Record for cliff diving, Teo freaking pushed him off a cliff. Which I guess helped, because Positive Error somehow survived, but Teo wasn't very well looked at by everyone else. And this was one of the least chaotic things that happened that day. You see, Hawkman was apparently touching Naomes inappropriately, and so he did the most logical thing and killed him. While inhabitants would also be pushed off, however, because he is a military expert, he was able to survive. And while all of this chaos was going on and the directions of attention was all on this, the murderer would strike and would drown Bogenmeister.
Oh my god!
Lashid would then take everyone away from the crime scene. However, Weapon Knight and his group stayed to discuss what just happened, with Naomes literally killing somebody.
It was in self-defense. I'm alright. I got good lawyers.
That's, yeah.
You need your lawyers.
We got good lawyers. We know what we're doing.
Weapon Knight and his group decided to go to a place where less players were around to hear them talk.
This crazy party, man. I don't know
This is a wild party, bro. So many people are dying.
Also, there's
Look
just
at
a
the
lot.
pool. There's no support on that pool. No wonder people were falling.
That's not good. I don't know. This is just This is getting a lot more suspicious, and I'm not trusting anyone.
The technician guy's a little suspicious. I don't know. He keeps popping up.
Yeah, he keeps popping up at suspicious times, but nothing this last one.
The group was then interrupted by the detective.
Yeah, apparently we're the most popular ones here. Well, I mean, you and I are the richest here, so I wouldn't.
Good evening, guys.
Good evening.
Hello, detective. How may I assist you?
I got a little text on my phone.
What? Yeah.
All right.
Did he touch you inappropriately?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Who was this, Hawkman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this Karate Man?
Tell me now. Did you kill him in self-defense?
Yes, it was in self-defense. He was approaching me.
Okay, so
again.
you did kill him.
In self-defense.
In self-defense. Okay.
Hey, hey, I want to add in here. Him and I have been together this entire time. He's been clear from every sort of evidence the entire time. Yes, I can back everything up he's saying.
Okay. I need you three to stay together at all times. Please and thank you.
Alright.
Please take Golden Knight under your wing.
I don't know, man. That guy's been
The detective wanted Weapon Knight's group to take Golden Knight under their wing. However, Weapon Knight didn't want to deal with any of the controversy that would come with Golden Knight joining their group. And also considering that Golden Knight could actually still be the killer, Weapon Knight was kind of scared to have him in their group. As well as the night continuously continuing, Naomi's got more and more frantic trying to get this information that he wanted to tell Weapon Knight earlier out to the general public. And so, Naomi's would lead Weapon Knight and the rest of the group over to a private room, where the security guard Pizors would follow close behind them.
bodyguard on our tail, just so you know.
Ooh, what's this place?
Private room here.
Is there a payphone in here by any chance?
Oh.
Oh, what's... Hand me one of those books.
Okay.
No.
They're different books. They're different books. I gotta read. I'll read them out loud. I'll read them out loud here.
Naomi's took the group to Survivor's bedroom, where they found 2 books written by Survivor himself.
This is a note of what happened on the night Sensible ended his career. It was so simple. Me and Neo and Sensible were at the bar having fun.
In this book, it was revealed that Sensible, Naomes, and one survivor were once all friends. Naomes would continue to read the book, however, his voice would begin to tense, as he began to worry what could be said in this book.
But Sensible didn't pay the tab, and Neo got mad. That's me.
Okay.
For that, he then dropped Sensible off, and it went very, very wrong. I was the designated DD that night, for your information. I dropped him off at home.
Naomes stopped reading the book and figured it was finally best for him to come clean and tell them the story himself. He said that there was a time where him, Sensible, and Survivor were all great friends, and they celebrated one of Survivor's subscriber milestones by heading to the bar together. Naomes was the designated driver between the group, meaning he was responsible for everybody, and when Sensible didn't pay his tab, Naomes was forced to hand his own money over to the bartender. This caused Naomes to not be very happy with Sensible, and so Naomes would actually end up dropping Sensible back off at his very house instead of taking him to the after party with him and Survivor and the rest of the people that were going to be there.
The rest of us ended up going back to my place to just hang out for the night, but I was a little upset at him, didn't pay the tab. Even though we're like multi-bazillionaires.
That's understandable, yeah.
Go to the detective, it might be, what does the other book say?
This is a list of, oh my goodness, this is a list of people Survivor thinks might want him dead.
Oh, see that is vital information, I need that. Do not read that off, that is private information for the private investigators.
I mean, that is a list. That is a list.
Yeah, I need to see that.
Okay. Let me just
see the book.
Go, yeah.
Oh. Okay. I could see the last one, that's for sure.
Go to Care to fill us in?
Y'all can have a gander at this.
I would like to have a look at this
It's pretty
list.
much useless.
The last one on the first page. That's true.
I meant the second.
Oh no.
Yeah. Some of that list makes sense.
Alright, let's see this. He might want me dead. Mr. Beast! Welcoming! Cutie protagonist, IRS!
The group was then given a book with all of the possibilities of players that probably wanted Survivor dead. Now, while the group was reading this list off and laughing at all of the names that were on there, the storm would continue to rage outside, and the lightning would then cause the power to go off. We're gonna go back in time a little bit and go over to Golden Knight, who listened to last shit and went straight to the kitchen.
Don't worry, I haven't really
Everyone in the
felt
kitchen.
like I
Go to the
should
kitchen,
be
alright.
I'm talking to the detective.
For some
Everyone
reason,
in
like
the kitchen.
perpetually high.
Everyone to the
Everyone
kitchen.
go to the kitchen. I mean, everyone, please go
I
to
just
the
feel
kitchen.
super fucking.
God. Dude. What the hell is going on?
Oh no, crap. Well, my friend.
Hey.
We sit in the back.
Stop closing the door.
Yo, Blaze Hunter, is that you?
Oh yeah.
While Golden Knight was gathering his thoughts, trying to figure out who he truly believed the killer was, the rest of the players were getting along more, with inhabitants socializing more with Golden Knight's group. Inhabitants, unlike the rest of the group, did not turn a cold shoulder to the rest of the players. Inhabitants was starting to get along with players like Blaze Hunter, who was another YouTuber that was at the party. Blaze Hunter and Inhabitants were also talking to Lupus, who was loopy.
This has lasted for like 2 days, which is 2 days too long. So this only lasts a few hours. And,
It's a few hours too long.
and
Are you supposed to be the cat maid?
what?
Are you the cat maid?
How's your day going?
I just witnessed two murders, so it's pretty bad.
It definitely seemed like this group of players was starting to get along a little bit. I would describe this group as that one teenage girlfriend group where everybody gets along but also doesn't trust anyone and also secretly hates everyone at the same time. However, despite the randomness of that, the players were chilling and actually enjoying each other's company. While all of the players were in a general vicinity, Blaze Hunter would talk to Kraft while the storm began to rage outside.
Okay, stop opening Just leave them open, alright? Leave one open. What?
I know who the murderer is.
Huh? You do?
It's me.
When Positive asked who said that, Blaze Hunter decided to stay quiet, not wanting to bring himself in front of someone who could probably kill him. Then Blaze Hunter would reveal who he believed who the murderer was.
Alright, come close. Where'd he go? The guy with the hoodie. Sensible. And the guy with the mask. I saw them standing over the bodies of Sam in the shaft.
The big hole? The big
Yes,
hole?
yes. And they started following me. Like, I don't trust them completely.
Oh!
You good?
Someone got pushed. What the hell?
Wait, you got
What?
pushed? Were you good?
Whoa! Yo, Sensible and Aaron, what are you doing,
Hey,
bro?
what were you two doing up here? What the hell?
We were trying to run around in front of the guard because someone said they knew he was
Who pushed you? Wait, who pushed you? Who pushed you?
Yo, what? Ed, were you here?
Punched them if they push you.
Who pushed you?
Pushed too? What?
Bro, are you okay?
Wait, who are we talking about?
This guy right here, he got
This guy,
pushed.
the guy with glasses.
Oh,
You know, the
Sensible.
guy that keeps like going to the wrong place and.
Didn't you DM ripoff? Didn't you DM ripoff?
That is
Joseph.
Joseph, you
I don't know.
Higher than
real
me.
quick. Crafty.
Did you smoke one of my lines?
Craft.
Joseph, we can't hear you talking right now, Joseph. You're not talking right now.
The technician was not one to talk, so the players struggled figuring out who pushed this guy off the second story little ledge.
Bob, punch someone who pushed you. Punch someone who pushed you, Joseph. Who pushed
Do
you?
not look at me. That was not me, Blue Bottom.
Who pushed you?
Punch
Punch the person who pushed you. Punch them. Yo!
That was not me. There's no way. I wasn't even there. I ran in through here. There's no way.
Joseph, was it error? Shake your head, yes or no. Was it error?
Shake your head, or no.
With the lights coming off, Positive Error whipped out his 9mm. He didn't see guests anymore. Instead, he saw the very enemies he fought in Operation Desert Storm. And so, he whipped his gun out with the intent to take out his targets.
Oh, no!
And as a result, Positive Error would kill the technician. Positive Error would then see the guest bodies that were now on the floor because of him, and Golden Knight, witnessing this firsthand, hid in the closet scared for his life. However, Golden Knight's bullet wounds would begin to get to him. However, the players were not going to let this man go, and so they took him to the gym where they were going to use it as a makeshift hospital to try to save his life.
Getting hurt.
Anyone have a medical kit? Medical kit, something. Like bandage, something.
You gotta say who was it?
I will.
It's a blue orchid. It has probably.
It was no
Okay,
need.
the blue orchid.
There was no need at all, detective. It was no need at all. We didn't even think it was him. I didn't even. Detective, I didn't even think it was.
Talk to me, man. Talk to me. Talk to me.
It really was him. I wasn't lying. I wasn't lying. I wasn't lying. It really was him.
Okay. Keep eyes on him. Hey, fix him. All right. Fix him.
Trying.
Fix him.
Okay.
Make sure he doesn't.
Okay. Grab the. What's it called? What is the green part of a flower called? Stick part.
The blue orchid.
stem?
Blue orchid.
The stem?
Yeah, the stem.
Oh.
Use the stem, and
Golden Knight had a rare chance at survival, and if it wasn't for inhabitants, quick thinking, and medical skills that he learned at Operation Desert Storm, Golden Knight would have died, and instead, he would heal from his injuries.
Medic, here. Move,
It
move,
was.
move.
I saw the
Touch him up,
eyes.
touch
He
him up.
killed him. He killed
okay,
the boy.
okay. Listen.
him the
I'll
wall,
talk
give
to
him
you.
the
I'll talk to you
wall.
about that.
Give him
Just give him the
Give him the
bandage.
wall.
Give him the bandage. Yeah.
You talked to me, not me.
Okay. Keep putting pressure. Put the sap of the stem on the wound, and just breathe. Eat a bit. Just breathe.
You see.
Oh, there's another body. What the hell?
I can
Lights
see.
are back on.
Golden.
I would like to say I also
Alright,
got shot.
are you
but I
okay?
got glazed.
Are you?
Oh boy.
My-
It was
I
him.
got
It
glazed
was
on my
him.
arm.
It was detective. You were a fool. You should have killed him. You should have.
There was.
You should have killed him.
Listen,
It was
we didn't
him.
have enough. Listen. We're gonna figure it out.
No, they're
Detective.
still figuring out. He
Detective,
shot me.
there's-
He shot me.
Lashid was then taken apart to go to someone else. You see, while all of this was going on, Weaponite and Pizors and the group that was with them all stayed in one survivor's bedroom.
Because right now us two are, I think, are the richest ones here. Yeah, actually he is, but in a second. So I think us three here are actually the richest ones you have in this entire state. So we do request at least eyes watching on us. But we three promise to stay together. The head security last men are watching
this. Power and influence in the world. It's obvious that you guys need some guards. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Because they heard the gunshots, they hired Pizors to try and protect them. I mean, with his background, that's probably not the best hire, but given the circumstances, he was probably the best one for the job. With the lights finally coming back on, the group seeked out the detective to give him the 2 books that they had found in one survivor's bedroom.
Good evening, gents.
Are you okay now?
Yeah, I'm fine.
We decided to just read those books. They have some very.
Do you guys want
important
to talk?
They have, both those books have very important information.
I can't hear you very well. Let's go here.
Hey, wait, nighttime?
Those books that you were just given.
Yes.
They have some keen information on who the possible suspect could be.
Here, do you want me to tell the story?
Yeah,
again?
Pizor.
We gotta find. We gotta find.
People who might want me dead.
Don't read it aloud. Don't read it aloud. We have.
Just yell at.
just laugh.
Protagonist.
Naomi's wanted to bring Lashid aside to tell something that he hasn't told everybody else yet. And so once they found a private location, Naomi's would bring up something to the rest of the group.
Or instead of going to bed, since he was really drunk, he went on social media, said some outlandish things, clicked on a couple sketchy links, sold guns to Iran, bought drugs, and put the this is the worst of all. He put the dislike button on some very wholesome videos.
Oh.
That's why, he's lost everything. His YouTube, his money, it's all gone.
Naomi's would reveal to Lashid that Sensible was not a retired YouTuber, but actually a canceled YouTuber, which was slightly because of Naomi's and one survivor, which led Lashid to believe that Sensible was the murderer. and to get revenge on Naomes, who destroyed pretty much his entire life. And so Lashid would call Sensible up to the pavilion.
My friend Positive, he, as you know, he served in Iraq with Zotal and Zotal, Sam, and Inhabitants.
Of course.
He sometimes has episodes where he isn't himself.
Did he kill Yosef?
I'm not 100% sure, but he does have the right to carry.
Does he have a gun on him at this moment?
He has the right to carry. Officer, what do you think that means?
In this interrogation, Sensible would out Positive Error for having a gun, which directly links Positive Error to many of the murders that have occurred that night.
You are still a very high suspect?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'm going to have you go.
And this would only add to the list of suspects that Lashid had. His high suspects were Sensible, Positive Error, the chefs, and Golden Knight. However, with recent events, the chefs and Golden Knight would be removed from that top list. Lashid had suspicions of literally everybody. He didn't trust a single soul except for one man, and that was Pizors, his second in hand. Meanwhile, Golden Knight and his new friends stayed in the gym, still tending to Golden Knight's wounds and trying to keep him alive. Meanwhile, Weapon Knight, because he found a bunch of evidence that probably have helped Lashid in his investigation, they felt obligated to continue searching around one survivor's home, hoping to find some more evidence.
Oh. Wait, here, can I read it?
Oh my goodness.
May I read it?
Oh yeah, quick here. We'll take turns reading books.
Yeah. Okay. This book is labeled Craft.
The book would tell a story between one survivor and Kraft. The book told a story of a bet that Kraft and one survivor had placed on one another, which would result in one survivor winning the bet, obviously. Kraft wasn't too happy about losing the bet and would say many things to one survivor that one survivor would document for later use, just in case. It should also be important to know the book revealed that Kraft was a cousin of one survivor's, which wasn't publicly known by many of the players. Kraft, being the other cousin at the party, was the least favorite of the two, and one survivor would rarely have anything to do with Kraft and instead would just ignore the man's existence.
The moment Kraft ran out screaming, "I will get my revenge for this," the bet caused him to lose 1 million.
$1 million? Oh my, okay.
That's
Damn.
Okay.
I mean, I can understand.
I will get my revenge for this. The bet. 1 million. That is a lot. Okay.
For that guy.
Alright, so
I think we need to show this to the detectives.
I wanna talk to Taylor.
Let's
As they were reading a book exposing Kraft's whole secret identity and his secret plans, Kraft was in earshot of the entire conversation. And so the group began to fear for their lives.
I think we should show this to the detectives.
Well, let's hold on to that information for now.
Oh, okay.
When it comes down to it, we can. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, what's over here? Oh, this is just downstairs. It's clearly the detectives in themselves have been, trying to keep the peace.
They're the interrogators.
They're the interrogators. They're trying to keep the peace, which I gladly acknowledge and trying to keep, but these people are party animals we have here, so I think we're gonna have to do a little bit of this, finish this detective story on our own, since we, I think we all three know him the most. I know you know, Nail knows him the most.
There's a fish tank or...
There's a fish tank. Well, let's see. Nail here.
There's a
Nail
guy
here.
swimming in there multiple times.
Yeah, Nail here knows Survivor the most since I've done collabs. Both you and I have known him in college. Yeah. But listen.
Okay.
The group decided to explore this unknown part of the mansion that they have not been to yet, figuring that it was probably safer for them to go down the sketchy little alleyways that were here rather than go and try to run into Kraft on accident.
Too many
oh. Yeah, Yeah, I advise not.
Is that an elevator?
That is not something we want to be messing
I think
with.
we.
Oh wait.
Found where 2 bodies are.
There's a tunnel. Oh, there's a ladder.
Do you see the 2 bodies?
Yeah, I see the 2 bodies, but there's a tunnel down there.
Oh, there's a ladder right here.
I do not want to risk that. We might have a far enough gap, but look, we're
Well,
building.
we're not
Positive error. Please come to the pavilion.
We're billionaires,
Positive error.
not really.
Please come to the pavilion.
We have to find a better way to reach that ladder.
While Weapon Knight's group was exploring the unknown, Golden Knight was still recovering on the treadmill where he was treated for his injuries, where he wasn't too happy about the whole thing that went down.
Who the murderers are?
It was him! He shot me!
Yes.
If it was, I
What do you
may have
mean
been
if it
wrong. I
was?
know.
I
No,
got
listen,
shot.
listen. I was wrong then. All right. I didn't know. He's being manipulative. He's literally the way he talks. I don't know what happened. It just he's manipulating
Golden Knight,
people.
It's okay.
He shot yes up. We were saying, oh, he
Golden.
probably pushed him away, right? All of a sudden, lights went out, and I saw him hold a gun, shot me twice, and he thought he killed me. I fell down a couple of stairs. No, it is that man over there. He's a murderer. He killed Sam, he killed Yesuf, and he tried to kill me.
Yeah.
Even if he's not the murderer, why would he bring a gun? Isn't he a guest?
Again.
You can't make that up. I got shot.
He's not trying to argue against you. However, he also.
Are
is
you a
guilty.
medical professional?
I know that he.
Are you a medical?
I know. He freaking works.
If you're not a medical
He
professional,
planned
please
against
leave.
you
Both.
for a little bit.
Oh no,
He needs rest.
That made you even.
He needs rest.
And now
I
we
need
all
to be
know.
stayed with, and I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe.
You please.
Okay.
Sorry. He needs rest.
Golden Knight's anger would only continue to build more and more, and with more of people rallying behind him, he was about to do something that he would probably regret.
And after that, I heard.
You had a bit of a tumble.
Yes, I was bleeding out. Thank God for this doctor over here who patched me up. But no, it's him. It's 100% him. Even if he's not the murderer, he has a gun on him. He has a gun on him, and he tried to kill me and Yesuf. And he's just a boy. He was just muted. That guy was like a mute. He wasn't even talking. He was sweet, innocent, nothing. He was like, he killed him. He killed Sam, him, and he tried to kill me. You need to put him out. You need to put him out of his misery or something. Like that guy.
After he tried to kill him, I heard him talking.
I'll put positive error out of his misery.
Kill him. He tried to kill me.
I'll go have a word with him if I find him.
Kill him. Till now,
Kill him.
I
No,
don't
I'm
have-
serious. He tried to kill me. That guy's a
Golden, I'm gonna
murderer.
need-
Huh?
If you want me to kill him, you're gonna have to come with me.
Oh God.
Oh, just like that, you do it.
By the way,
I have a sharp object.
Oh.
We're gonna have to go to the detective. Everyone knows.
I went to detective race saying no, we gotta like.
Go back to a
make-
room. Hell no. We're sticking with our friend here.
We gotta make it. Oh, we gotta make it official. No, there is no official. I'm the witness. I got shot. I was bleeding out. How can you bleed out from a gunshot? Like from not someone who was not a gun. Like
And just like that, a manhunt for positive error began. The group was now actively hunting for him, and if they found him, they were going to kill him. Inhabitants was in this group, and he was crossed. He didn't know what to do anymore. His best friend did kill people, and he watched as positive error killed innocent people, and inhabitants didn't know what to do anymore. He wanted to be with Golden Knight as he trusted Golden Knight now and knew that Golden Knight wasn't going to kill him. However, positive error was still his friend, and he still served 4 years with positive error. And so inhabitants did the one thing he could actually do. He went and sought the detective to let him know what was going on.
Hey guys.
They're going for a positive at the moment with a group of 8, and I think they're gonna mark
Okay.
him.
Positive error was also between worlds. He didn't know who he was anymore. He didn't know what was wrong with him. He was confused and scared, and overall, he didn't want to deal with this anymore. Part of him was hoping that the murderer would find him and kill him next, just to put him out of his misery. While this was going on, Weapon Knight and his group stayed on the case to try and find more evidence. In this case, they came across a yacht. They would briefly search around the yacht looking for clues, and they would eventually find a gun and a clue right next to each other.
If there's anything.
Oh. How did we miss this?
Oh, yeah. Okay, what does this book say? The boat.
The book was very short and would list out names of players who were not invited on Survivor's yacht parties.
Lots of people have been banned from the parties. These people include, so it's workers, so we got Kraft, Gaming Sam, Lupus, Sensible, Ekrat. I did not know much about Lupus, but I have looked into his history, and he's very sus. Into a very sketchy business, and he's also good friends with my cousin, Kraft. You could say he'd do anything for Kraft. Because of this, I have this for protection. Only.
This protection. Oh, he's talking about like this.
The group would connect a couple of dots together, starting off with the fact that Kraft hated one survivor's guts, and if Lupus did anything for Kraft, it could very likely mean that Lupus would try to kill one survivor, which is why he would have a gun in his boat. The group would continue to talk about the current situation they were all now in.
So we have a protectional reason. I think we hold on to this, and unless it then becomes more obvious that we don't need it, then I agree, we'll hand it over. For now, I think we need something to arm ourselves, because you never know who could be coming after this, because clues are being left behind, obviously. Survivor knew he was going to die in this event, right? He knew this was going to be his last party that he'd ever host. So I think he entrusted clues here to finally bring the person who's been, I don't know, ruining his life, hosting the mafia for all I care. I don't know what he's doing, but he's having evidence here. We have a mischievous person amongst us, so I think we have to.
Got 3 people on our list right now: Lupus, Kraft, and Sensible Data.
Yeah, Sensible seems like
wasn't there like that one guy in the hallway that said he gave you the glowstone?
Oh
yeah, him.
That's just air. He's just kind of schizophrenic.
I mean, if you're schizophrenic, you could do some crazy things, especially on drugs.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he hasn't been on any of the lists though. He's kind of doing things. I feel like he may have
I think he
accidentally pushed one person, but I don't think he's the real murderer here.
Yeah, he's the.
I mean, we all push one person accidentally, right? Maybe even in self-defense.
Yeah.
That happens to the best of us.
The group believed that the murderer could be among the 3 candidates, starting off with Sensible, Lupus, and Kraft. Other than that, they didn't really trust anyone, and they didn't believe that Positive Error was the killer. They believed that something was mentally wrong with the guy. At this moment, Lashed to stop the manhunt on Positive Error decided to call a meeting at the pavilion. It was here where the players were going to vote out who they believed the murderer was, and each player was going to give up a statement about who they believed it was. The players would begin to line up to give their speeches, with everyone here. Golden Knight would go first.
Yusuf was just a boy, he wasn't even talking, and this man over there, Positive Arrow, shot him and almost tried to kill me. But he sucks at aiming so badly I was left alive. He's the murderer. He killed Sam, tried to kill me and Yusuf. I don't feel safe around this man, and that's why I have him trying to protect me right now. Because that man, even if he's not a murderer, he has a gun on him. He has a gun, loaded gun with ammunition. He is a murderer. And I think we should execute him with something. He's a murderer.
I'm gonna say this real quick. The gun was taken away. Thank you.
Ayo, hearing his friend's name being called out and slandered as much as it was enough. He was tired of hearing of it, and he wanted to defend his friend and keep him alive.
Hey, you know, Golden Knight, for a man who keeps trying to stop a murderer, you sure do like talking about trying to kill Positive Error.
Should I talk?
Positive Error, do you have a rebuttal?
Tried to kill him. Doesn't that make sense?
So you think that a just
was not me.
A just
I don't think
reaction is to instantly try to kill someone without calling the authorities, without having him have a fair trial with cops, with actual professionals? You think we should just kill him off?
Zato, that's enough.
If you witness someone killed in front of you and they attempt to kill you, you're obviously going to try to fight back.
That's enough.
A deep pain lingered in Zateo's chest. He didn't want to watch his friend, his comrade in arms, die in front of him like this. Zateo knew what Positive was going through and had been there for him since the beginning. He didn't want to be the one to go and tell Positive's family what had happened at the party. But nonetheless, there's no changing the minds of the people.
I believe Zatero is a big suspect. We saw him push someone off the pool. Well, they did not die, but still, act of violence. Fought with Golden and hit many people randomly for no reasons.
I'm completely positive that it is Error.
Leave Positive Error had shot and ran to talk to its partner in crime, Sensible Data.
First of all, Sensible was there when the shooting happened, along with Ems and along with Positive. All three of them, in my opinion, are suspects.
Names were thrown around, and finally it was time for the players to make a decision. They were going to have to choose between M, Sensible, Zateo, and Positive Error. Whichever player with the most votes were going to be executed. In the end, Positive Error would have the most votes and would be put on the chopping block. It was here where Positive Error would give his final speech.
If you guys think I'm the murderer, you're wrong. You're killing a very innocent person. But if you think it is me, I'll let you do your thing. You guys can kill me. It's a bad decision.
Damn, he really just posed. You know what? That's fine.
But yes, that is true. I do suffer from PTSD. Loud noises, thunder, and the darkness can cause me to shoot and fire my gun. I don't know. My gun has been taken away, so I think I'm safer. But I did kill people. I will admit to that.
I'm not a murderer, but I did murder you.
It wasn't me, man. It was the voices. I got told to. I was told
Sam,
to.
didn't you? You killed him.
I was told to.
Would you like any ambassadors?
No, it's not gonna help.
Positive,
Me, I can help you.
Positive, wait.
Positive.
What?
Okay, he's gonna kill an innocent man. At least
he just
even if he isn't innocent.
Innocent.
Even if he
Innocent.
is innocent.
Hey,
you're not
don't
gonna
hit me.
kill
Don't
him.
hit me.
You're fighting.
Don't hit me. Don't hit me.
You're not gonna kill him. You're gonna arrest him.
Don't hit me.
In a final attempt, knowing that this was it for him, while the fight was going and all of the attention was on that, Positive Error would make a run for it. While Positive Error was making a break for it, Zateo whipped out an axe to try and kill GoldenEye with it.
Golden Knight, listen to me. You're not gonna kill him.
Golden.
You're gonna arrest him.
Don't hit Golden.
Shoot him! Shoot him! Shoot him! Shoot him! Shoot him! Shoot him!
He's escaping.
Okay, that just happened. Oh no.
And with Positive Error's escape, it would lead to an unfortunate end with his death.
There's an axe.
This guy's lying.
No! Oh, okay.
Meanwhile, Weaponite's group would beat one of the accused, M.
Down for half this event, nobody has talked to me.
Well, go join the mob. I think they have a lot
Go
of
join the angry mob.
Angry
They
mob.
pick me out for no reason. I'm just like, damn. Okay.
Well, sorry.
The players were then sent to their next event, which was scheduled to be a volleyball match. Now here, if anyone died, that meant that Positive Error was not the murderer. However, here tensions were still high, especially between Zateo and Golden Knight.
Killed the man that died drowning in the
He
pool.
killed two
if
people,
he was
though.
not there. But he wasn't the murderer.
And
was
he tried to
Golden
kill
Knight.
me. He was still damn dangerous.
He's a PTSD veteran, and you killed him.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't
He
do a
literally
trial.
killed him. We should have
You're
put
trying
him
to
in
justify you
vision.
murdered.
Everything wasn't going well with everything that was going on, and Lupus actually asked GoldenEye if he could bring him aside to talk about something.
What do you want to say, Lupus? What do you want to say?
Craft. He told me about. I was sneaking it up with him over here. Weapon Night and like a few others were talking about.
You slept with
Craft? No, I'm talking about I was sneaking up here.
Oh.
Like sneaking over here with Craft, and we overheard Weapon Night and like I believe Naomi's and like whatnot talking about some of his past. Where like
I thought it was him.
And so he gave me this thing. And
What is
told
that?
me that I knew-
Hey, yo, what's up, guys?
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much. Yeah, have any of you seen the trio, the lovely trio?
What lovely trio?
Yeah.
Ow.
What's their names? Yellow one, green one.
I'm yellow.
The other yellow guy. Have you seen them?
I don't know any of them.
According to Lupus, Kraft had pulled him aside and told him that he wanted Lupus to murder both Naomi's General Skywalker and Weapon Knight because Kraft had heard them talking about his past with one survivor. And because Kraft did not want his past being talked around like that, he ordered Lupus to kill the three of them. They were at the events to play volleyball, where the group actually planned to tell Lashid about what Lupus had and was told to do, until something unfortunate interrupted them. Zateo and Goldeneye would get into another fight, and Zateo would knock Goldeneye into the net, where it would strangle around his neck, and he would lose consciousness. The events would shock everyone, and the detective would call an emergency meeting. But not for who you would think.
Here in a moment, I would like to engage a speedy trial. I have one suspect, and I have this book here by the great late survivor, who all graciously invited us here tonight. And there's a few names in it. It reads simply, people who might want me dead. First on the list, royalty. Okay. Second, Mr. Beast. Third, Kraft. We're gonna skip one real quick.
Kraft.
PewDiePie.
Oh. Man,
Welcome to TV.
Welcome into TV.
No, not the bridge.
Protagonist.
Oh, I hate that guy. I hate that guy, man.
I hate
And of
protagonists.
course, the IRS.
Nah,
But there is one name in this book that does stand out.
Kraft.
But we're gonna come back to that.
Oh. Never mind, Kraft.
Now,
Where?
Oh, Toast, I'm hungry. Please. Oh.
there is
Isn't
also
it Magma QB?
a
I
note
think
that basically says,
me by the way.
while gambling one night, Sensible,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
or while drinking, sorry, Sensible did not pay his tab, and him and Noah got into a fight. But that's also how Sensible ended his career. Now, that comes back to the names. Sensible.
Rah.
Where's
I'm
Sensible?
not pleasing to see.
Where's Sensible?
He's being hit on. He's
Don't
being
hit him.
killed.
Do not hit him. Do not hit him. Do not hit him. Do not hit him. Leave him alone.
Yeah,
I'm
you
hitting
back
on
up.
him. I'm hitting
Sensible.
on him, guys. I'm hitting on him.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I was drinking. It wasn't me.
What about being
I forgot my
what about
role
being
at
in
home.
Survivor's
The
List?
demon comes out when I drink.
I don't know why I was
Survivor's
on his
list, bro. That's
I
wild.
don't know why I was on his list.
Okay. Is that all you have to say?
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I may have had
Okay.
a few too many drinks. I'm not sure.
So do you mind standing right here for me? Sensible. Please
Who's
step back.
Andy Star?
You don't
Sensible.
have to- Just tell me.
Are you Andy Star? Are you Andy Star?
This is how we're gonna do this. This is gonna be a quick and speedy trial. If you believe that Sensible should be killed for his crimes, please stand on this side. If you believe that the vote should be skipped, please stand in the middle. To be clear, you do not believe that there is enough information to kill Sensible.
I do not.
Yep.
I should also mention, Sensible was near the location of the death of Yosef.
It was positive.
So,
I'm sorry,
Sensible.
positive, but it was you.
Hey man, I understand how it tastes when you like smoke a blunt. I figure it's the same with drinks. It's fine.
Damn. Okay.
So give me some.
You
Give me some
sure?
of that.
Maybe just visit my nightclub sometime.
All right. If the jury says, you're free to go.
Lashid believed that it was Sensible, that Sensible was the murderer this entire time. However, the players didn't believe that this was the case, and so Sensible would continue to live on. Kraft decided to take on this opportunity to get rid of those trying to find the dirt on him, and so he went to go and talk to his servant, Lupus.
Hey, I'm begging you, please hurry up. I promise.
You're really trying to hide this room. You know, I'll let you hide in this room.
Kraft told Lupus to kill Naomi's Weapon Knight and General Skywalker, but as he was doing this, Badar was hiding under the cover of the night and was listening to their conversation. While Badar ran to go and tell the detective what happened, Kraft pulled Naomi's aside to talk to him with Lupus just around the corner.
I just want to know how he's stumbled upon the party.
Oh no! No!
I'm childhood friends with the survivor.
Oh.
I've known him a long time.
Oh, really? Oh.
What's going on?
Despite what it seems to me,
A group of players then came over to Kraft and Naomi's location, and Lupus decided it was best not to kill Naomi's at this point. Lupus was struggling. Their life once was just a dirt hole, and everything was bad for them, and the only person that pulled them out of this hole was Kraft, which is why Lupus felt compelled to do what Kraft did. But at this point, Lupus felt that they didn't need Kraft to change their life around anymore, and that they didn't need to listen to Kraft anymore, and they could do what they wanted to do. But of course, that meant turning themselves in. And so, Lupus had a choice to make. Either surrender themselves to the detective and find out what happens from there, or to do what Kraft wishes. Anyways, at this point, players thought that Golden Knight was dead, but little did they know that Inhabitants was there tending to Golden Knight's needs.
You should be good. All right. I got the sap. The sap is.
This is gonna be my
okay,
time, man.
Yeah.
This is
okay,
gonna be my time, man.
Okay. I think what we should do, we should bring you to one of the guards. Just let them know that you're back. That would be the first course of action. All right. I'm gonna
It's
escort
gonna
you.
be my time. They said let's be my time.
Listen, I'll escort you. I'll be with you. Come on.
I'm
Let's
going
go.
to hell.
No, I'll be with you. It's fine. Just let's walk. Let's walk. Come on. You can walk. It's fine.
Golden Knight was traumatized, as if he had seen something beyond the grave, stating that he saw his life flash before his eyes, and he didn't like what he saw. So he went over to the detective to vent his feelings and frustrations with the only guy he really trusted.
Hey man, welcome back.
I'm going to hell.
Was that crazy enough for you, bro?
Oh, are you?
They said it'll be my time.
Oh, okay, hold on. I'm sorry.
I saw my grandpa there.
Did you say you went to hell?
I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell.
Why? Just talk to me, Golden.
The bouncer there just said it'll be my time when I go.
You can always change your destination, Golden. Okay? But the life you live right now may not be the life you live in 3 days.
I'm sorry, Sheriff. I'm sorry for killing that guy. I didn't.
Who'd you kill? Talk to me, Golden.
What do you think? I killed Positive Error.
But
I'm going to hell.
what do you mean you killed Positive Error?
What do you think? I got him killed.
Hey, listen. Listen to me. He was shooting 3 people. He shot you. He shot Yosef. And he killed another man. He killed Sam, okay?
Don't
Listen.
jump off, Zoteo. You're sick. Don't do it.
You charged him with
Yeah,
what
you're
he
sick in
did.
the head.
Golden Knight felt awful about causing the death of Positive Error and regretting his actions for it. He regrets the way he treated his grandfather when he was still alive, and he regrets the way he treated one survivor when he was still alive today. And he wanted to change his current destination in the afterlife, and the conversation he had with the detective would be what he needed to continue his journey. After talking to Goldenite, Lashid went off to go and interrogate Kraft, as Weaponite had given him a book stating about Kraft's suspicion and his dirty past, which is what Kraft had feared.
Kind of get where the issue is here.
Now, at this very moment, Weapon Knight and his group had gotten together to discuss their suspicions after the meeting. Little did they know, Lupus had orders to kill them.
We do have evidence that it could be sensible, but like...
don't you have the Lupus book? Where it says Lupus would be willing to do anything? And the
Yeah,
workers
Lupus
are
would
banned?
be willing to do anything for Kraft.
So it's Lupus, Kraft, and Sensible are our three main suspects.
Having their suspicions and spotting Lupus nearby, the group decided to continue searching for clues, with Lupus close behind them. Meanwhile, Lashid continues interrogation on Kraft.
You know, our bets stay bets. It's never something as exaggerated as this sounds.
Okay, but you do see it was a threat, right? And it's a threat enough that can get you put in jail when Survivor died.
Yeah, we can't be alone with him.
It's Super Bowl.
I get that. You know how many murder cases I've been on with people who, you know, a small bet. I've seen murders over $500.
Let's search this place. Find anything valuable.
Guard,
Not
we have
valuable, but
guard.
like
Lupus is on our tail. We gotta keep an eye on
found
him.
an item frame in this chest.
Lupus is on our tail, so we gotta keep an eye on him.
You do understand where I'm coming, right?
I do suppose you have some backing of your suspicion, yeah.
Evidence.
Come up to the roof.
Yeah, on the way.
With Lupus following the group, Weapon Knight was scared out of his mind.
General?
Yes.
What? I don't want you dying on me, man.
I can't do it.
Just use this fashionable stairs.
Yeah, I think we should go check out over here.
So, sir.
It was at this very moment Lupus knew they couldn't kill the group that was Weapon Knight, Naome's, and General Skywalker, and so they would turn themselves in to Pizors.
I have some evidence.
Could you please tell me? Or give it to me?
Yeah, so follow me here. Kraft overheard Weapon Knight and them talk about his past and stuff with Survivor. They found the most wanted, like, whatnot. And he gave me the thing that I threw down there to try and send a message, as he said, to stop the slander on him.
You're gonna need to come with me, because we need to
And
go to the
I
detective
just
about this.
couldn't do it.
Lupus would do the right thing, and when Kraft saw Lupus with Pizors, Kraft knew they were going to have to do this all on their own to cover up their own dirty past, not wanting it to get leaked out to the public. And so Kraft knew that he was going to have to worry about General Skywalker and his group later, but for now, he was going to have to focus and kill Lupus now.
Oh. Hey!
Who did it?
Where's-
Who did it?
Who the did that?
What the
Okay.
hell?
Where's the body? Where's the body? Where's the body?
What the what?
Kraft,
Why
I need
are
hands.
you-
Kraft, I want to see hands. Hands
Bro,
in the air.
bro,
Hands in the air.
bro.
Against the wall.
Bro,
Against
bro,
the wall.
I-
Against the wall. I'm not gonna
Oh, no.
ask again.
Zateo was killed instead of Lupus. No one knows why this was the case, but some believe that Zateo actually caught Kraft with a gun and tried to stop him himself, but only failed to do so.
Against the wall.
Bro,
Against
bro,
the wall.
I-
Against the wall. I'm not gonna ask again.
I'm gonna try some. Use
Drop
some
any
range.
weapons.
Heal him.
Bro,
Hey,
I
clear
don't
the
have.
area.
Stop
Clear
working.
the area.
I don't have.
Drop the weapons.
I don't have.
Drop them now.
I don't have anything on me.
Drop them now.
trying- I'm
I'm not
trying
gonna
to
ask
heal
you
him.
again. You can't search them.
Oh my god.
Listen, I'll just do like.
There might be a problem.
Searching.
You think
Yep, there we go.
I could use my tactics over here? No, right?
P88.
Are you
You mean you didn't have a gun on me? Huh? Huh? You didn't have a gun on you? Huh?
Hey, wasn't Kraft's name on the book?
Let's talk. Let's talk, Kraft.
Give me
Come
the,
on, let's
give me
go.
the sap. Hold up. Give me
Let's
the sap.
go.
Give me the sap. Give me the orchid sap.
Can I see the gun?
All right.
Thank you.
Kraft, come here. Come over here for me, man.
Fine.
Come over
use that-
here.
I use this sap. It's the same thing.
His body's not here anymore, Kraft. You shot him. Huh? You got anything to say for yourself?
Yes. It looks bad, right? I am a businessman, right? So when I hear there's a murder, it is only natural that I go find a gun.
Okay. So what is your defense to saying that the gunshots were in? Actually, let's leave it up to the people. Everyone, let's go.
My best friend is dead.
What?
My best friend is dead.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I was in the
Hold on, can we do it cinematic? Can we do it here?
Zateo's death was a shock to everyone. Lupus was shocked that Kraft would ever do such a thing, while Golden Knight was shocked because he didn't want Zateo to go, because Zateo was friends with Positive Error, and Golden Knight wanted those friends to stay alive because he felt guilty about Positive Error's death, and with those friends still alive, and if he kept them alive, it would have been as if he saved Positive Error. But now Zateo was dead. And Golden Knight wasn't the only one who felt like a failure. Inhabitants' only friend that was still alive was murdered in cold blood. Zateo and Inhabitants had served those 4 years in Desert Storm together, doing many things together, and their friendship bond was extremely close and powerful. And with Zateo's death, it was like a knife went through Inhabitants' heart, as his best friend was now dead. Lashid would now host another pavilion meeting, which could be the final one.
A friend of ours was murdered today. His life was innocently lost for no good reason. Kraft was found with a gun on him. It should also be known that Kraft had been dead against.
You killed my friend.
That's enough. That's enough. Kraft also had a vendetta against Survivor. In a simple gambling incident where Survivor won and Kraft didn't, it escalated into, well, a verbal fight where Kraft vowed to get his revenge on Survivor. Survivor was the first one of us gone tonight.
I'll show him. I'll give you.
And hopefully, Zoto was the last. Zato was the last.
Sorry.
Whoever would like to speak against Kraft, please step forward.
No, this is mine. This nah. Sorry.
I think Lupus. I think we only need Lupus to speak. Sorry, Bad R.
Lupus was scared to speak up for themselves and to out the one person that brought him out of the dirt. But Lupus also knew that they didn't really bring him out. Instead, Kraft just dragged him in through more dirt and through more mud and never treated Lupus correctly. And so, Lupus went up to the stage to testify against Kraft.
So, I was invited here, obviously by him, after the death, almost death of Golden Knight and the death of Yosef. I went to find him, and I found him overhearing Weapon Knight discussing his past with the gambling and whatnot. He looked at me, and he told me, I can't have some people slandering my name like that. How about you take this? And he gave me a weapon and sent something.
That man is an addict.
I have the weapon that he was given.
I was there and I
Detective
You
here's the
cannot
weapon.
trust an addict. You cannot trust an addict.
You shut your mouth.
You shut your damn mouth. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know where he is. He does not even know why he's here.
Lupus's speech would end with all of the players getting into an argument, and it was finally time for Kraft to speak instead.
May I please make a statement?
To kill this man, I swear.
You may.
Over the past 2 days or whatever we've been here,
No,
everyone has armed themselves. I'm telling you, everyone has armed themselves. Me giving him a shovel was looking out for him. Because I don't know who's going to come kill him.
You were right next to him when he died. What do you mean?
All right, that's enough. That's enough.
It can easily come from another building.
Everyone
Fine
back.
if your own
Everyone back.
actions.
Please, down in the hole.
His
That's
body
enough.
dropped.
Stay in the hole.
We're gonna do this democratically, as we always do.
Butter.
If
back.
you believe that he should be murdered for his crime or executed for his crimes, please come into this column right here.
May I have the honors if
Please be on my
they
left.
decide?
Well, I have an idea. If you believe that he should not be executed, please join us on our right. It appears the vote was to execute. We have all had many losses in this grand jury.
Tired of it.
So I invite you all to come hit him, if you so wish. Before he is.
For murdering a veteran, Lashit had each player stand in line to punch him once to take out Kraft.
Go. You see this eye range? You see your left eye? Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Screw your mom.
Hit him back.
It's okay. It's okay. Hit him.
Listen here. Although I hate Sateo, take this final hit. He deserves it.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
One hit, please.
I hate Sateo, but for justice.
Wait,
yeah.
you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I still believe you're innocent. I don't have any beef against you.
You
traitor.
tried to make me your fall guy. You tried
such
to make me your hitman and your
I
fall
did no
guy
such thing.
at
I
once.
did no such thing.
Should have hired me to kill some people
I
just
did no
over
such thing.
knowledge
It was the
of your
drug.
gamble.
Lupus, you are a druggie.
And after everything Lupus had gone through,
And this is why
I
you deserve this.
overheard that.
and with that, Lupus would land the final punch that would kill Kraft. And this would set Lupus free from the restraints that Kraft had on them. The players then believed that they had killed the murderer, and so they went down to one survivor's yacht to actually enjoy a night for once and to celebrate everything that they had done. Most of the players were extremely happy. Either all of their friends survived or their friends were avenged, while Golden Knight still looked off into the distance, still thinking about the words the bouncer had told him in the afterlife, hopefully thinking that there was a way for him to still redeem himself. And maybe with the death of Kraft, he was redeemed. While players like Weaponite and his group were overjoyed because they believed that they were the reason why the murderer was caught, and through their efforts, Survivor was avenged.
Straight up better returning up for one last party.
Here, General. Let's just say in the movie.
However, despite their victorious raving, the players would realize that they had not killed the murderer. Weapon Knight would be shot and killed, and he wouldn't be the only one that would die that night. Pizors as well was also gunned down. When the sun would finally rise, the players would begin to mourn.
Security!
No, wait.
I'm confiscating his weapons.
Back up, everyone
Someone
back up,
grab his
everyone
gun.
back up.
Someone grab his weapon. Who grabbed the
Back
weapon?
up.
Who grabbed it?
Back
Someone else
up.
grab the weapon.
The first man that Golden Knight trusted was shot and killed, and because of this, Golden Knight was devastated. Golden Knight had forged quite the bond with Pizors, and to see him lying on the ground dead, it broke his heart a little bit. Naomi's and General Skywalker looked over the dead body of their former friend. General Skywalker looked at this body with sadness, his dead rival laying before him. Weapon Knight always told General Skywalker that he was the richest and that he always wanted to put the rivalry away. But General Skywalker knew that Weapon Knight had already won and beaten him in the rivalry. General Skywalker wanted to tell that to Weapon Knight, but he'd never get the chance. Naomi's had a sense of fear and sadness lingering inside him. He was saddened for his friend's death, but now he was more certain than ever who the killer was. A part of him believing that the bullet wasn't meant for Weapon Knight, but was actually meant for him. It was here where the players were gathered together.
Ladies and
Mr.
gentlemen,
Guard.
please come to the bridge. Come to the front of the ship.
Before I'm going anywhere with you, answer my question. Why did you not give him the gun? Your fellow colleague is dead because he did not have protection. He had an axe. You had every single gun on
I
you.
didn't know if it's him or not. All right? I did not know if it's him or not. I can't
He had
trust
no.
anyone
He
right now.
had no doubts against you,
I had
and you
no
doubted
doubt-
him.
Wait.
Actually, I
You don't
do.
give anyone. You don't.
Take a
you don't
look
give
at
anyone
this.
guns, right?
Him and Golden
Sorry,
Knight
sorry.
are actually two of the most suspicious when it comes to people on this ship.
Can I stay? Can I
Wait.
stay?
No! I need everyone down.
Inhabitants blamed Lashid for not giving Pizers a gun to actually protect himself against a killer. However, Lashid was given a book with employee records, and in those records were complaints from both Pizers and Goldenite about how much they were being paid by one survivor for their labor, which made Lashid suspicious of Goldenite and Pizers, and which is why Lashid didn't give him a gun. However, inhabitants didn't believe in Lashid's story. But for now, Lashid called all of the players together to discuss the next courses of action.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So, yeah, okay.
No, you didn't.
There is one way we can guarantee that the survivor does not leave, or the murderer does not leave this boat.
We kill everyone?
I leave it up to you all. And it's simply no one leaves this boat. Not me.
Well, why would we do that?
Not you. Not the person next to you.
However, Badar had had enough. He was tired of all of the yelling, the gunshots, the accusations, the hate, and so because of this, he couldn't take it anymore, and so he jumped into the cold water, where he would drown himself.
Stop drowning! He's gonna drown himself! No, don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't actually do it! Don't actually do it! Oh, he's already dead.
Gone! Because of this, Lashid would allow the players to scatter so they could gather their own thoughts and hopefully not kill themselves. Here, Goldenite and his group would discuss something of a new opinion that hasn't been brought up yet.
He was not giving Pizer any guns. He had an extra. He was not sharing with him. My suspicion currently lies with the guard. That may sound weird, because he tried everything he could to help us out, but he got his teammate killed.
No, get my gun out.
Inhabitants began to suspect that Lashid was the murderer the entire time. The guy orchestrating the entire thing, and the guy getting all of the evidence to then interrogate other players who could possibly be an actual murderer, and not giving the one guy that rivals his power, Pizors, a gun so that way Pizors doesn't turn on him. After inhabitants made this claim, the lights would go off, and the group was now scared for their lives.
I'm right here.
Sensible?
Sensible?
No.
Sensible?
No.
Get over here. Get over here, Golden.
Get in the collar, get in the hole, get in the hole.
Meanwhile, other players had their own opinions who the killer was.
If we put 2 and 2 together, every single book has mentioned craft.
Anyone have like any fucking blocks? Any?
No idea who.
I have a sand. I have a sand.
Okay, get your gun out. Get your gun out. Sensible. Get your gun out. No. He's cool. Shoot.
But you know who else has been mentioned in like almost every book?
They're right there.
Okay. How'd you get your gun? How'd you get your gun?
It just kind of fell into my possession after, what's it called? After a positive.
Sensible?
And who also has a grudge against them?
It's really weird that we. Wait, was that you? Yeah, that was you.
Yeah, that's him eating.
Just watch out for that. Oh! Run.
Love me.
No.
The murderer and the man responsible was indeed sensible.
Hey.
Oh, what are you?
I'm with you.
Yep.
Those two may have motives.
You do not believe that there is enough information to kill Sensible.
I do not.
Do you kill anyone?
Why would I kill survivors?
Sensible was tired of the guests killing each other, and so he decided to finally get in on the action and kill 3 guests in a row. After killing them and looting their bodies, he left the crime scene, searching for the remainder guests, but most importantly, he was searching for Naome's. Players began to hide in order to stay safe from the murderer, who they all assumed was Sensible, and while others were hiding in the tall grass, others seeked out the detective.
What do you want me to? I was gonna go get help. What do you want? What are we gonna do? Just stand here?
You're the only security guard left. We need you.
Listen, I don't want to do this. There's 1 gun and 1 mag. I don't care who takes it.
Here, General, you take it. You take it.
I don't
why are you
care
giving this
who.
to us?
If
Why?
someone
You should
walks
take it.
in with a gun, I
excuse
want
me,
them dead. Do I make myself clear?
I am not.
Okay.
Oh, this was already loaded?
Yeah. It had like half a mag in it. Listen, we stand up here until morning, and then we decide what to do. All right? M is safe. If M comes up, please let him in.
Oh.
Anyone else?
I'm gonna have
turn
to,
him away.
I'm gonna have to come clean with you. You know
What?
about the you know about the book about how Sensible was holding a grudge against me, right?
Yeah.
I think Sensible's trying to single me out. He killed Weapon Knight, who was with me from the beginning, and he killed Pizor, who's been walking around with me, protecting me. I think he's trying to single me out so he can kill me.
Then in the morning we go on a hunting party. We go kill him.
Naomes and his group would stay on this balcony and hold their ground, standing to the point where if anyone walked in with a gun or turned any corner with a weapon, they would open fire on them. And while this group was safe, other people weren't. Sensible would start off by killing Survivor's favorite cousin, M, and then moving on to the poor plumber who is the last worker of Survivor's work crew alive. The group was huddled in a closet in a nearby bedroom, and when morning finally broke, they would leave the bedroom, preparing to confront Sensible.
We heard shots.
Oh.
I heard gunfire before.
After a long night of being huddled in a closet with two other dudes, Lashid would finally leave to look upon the sunrise. It had been quite a grueling case. So many questions, so many accusations, so much confusion and panic. It was all a huge toll on Lashid, and he hadn't even had a drink the entire time. The man was tired and ready for this case to finally be over. Sensible had killed the detective, the one man that could truly take him out easily. Sensible now donned full gold armor to protect himself from any bullets that were shot at him. Naomes and General Skywalker, the only two people in the way of Sensible. The gunfight was ferocious. Sensible had finally gotten everything he had wanted. Naomes right in front of his gun sights. Because of Naomes, he had lost everything, and he was ready to take his revenge. While Naomes took his gun, he was ready to avenge his friend, one survivor who died first. He was ready to avenge his fellow content creators as well. And most importantly, he was ready to avenge the man that was with him since high school, and the man that was protecting him this entire event. And with all of that willpower, he fired the trigger at Sensible.
We stand on business! Yeah! Yeah!
Naomes would successfully avenge everyone. After that, Naomes and General Skywalker and Blaze Hunter, who also survived, got together and called 911 to come and pick them up. That's when we arrived and cleaned everything up. And my god, the cleanup was terrible. And that would bring us to now, the conclusion of the murder mystery, almost like it's the end of a YouTube video. And in case you're wondering where Naomes and General Skywalker are, well, I'm sure they're off enjoying a party, finally, and getting the rest they deserve. Alright, you're paying attention to everything, right? You got all that down? Okay, cool, because there's going to be a quiz, and you're going to need to write essays on this all in like a couple hours. Now get out of here. You have a lot of paperwork to do now. God, I hate my job.